Hello friends, welcome back to my channel Code with Santosh. In this chapter, we are going to discuss about the fonts. So whether it's a content-based website or any other kind of website, fonts are very important. We show content, navigation and other information in using fonts so user can read the content properly. So it is always very important to use a font which is user readable and users can read them properly without having any issue. Okay, so there are so many kind of fonts are there. You can use any of them according to your requirement or your design pattern and kind of website you are creating. So all these things matter when you are choosing a particular kind of font. Okay, so in a website there may be more than one fonts. So here we have listed few fonts here, and these fonts are known as web safe fonts. Okay, so first let me tell you what is web safe font. So these fonts are normally, if you use these fonts, they will show properly on all the devices of the users. Okay, so that's why they are known as web safe fonts. If you use any other fonts that might not be there in a user system, or there might be any problem while downloading that particular font, so that that particular browser won't support that font. All these things are matter there. Okay, so if you use these fonts, they will look proper on all the devices and all the browsers. Okay, so this is how you can use any of these web safe fonts. Okay, that's why they are known as web safe fonts. And first, let me tell you that there are two kind of fonts. First is system font and second is web font. What is system font? There are so many fonts which are normally there on all the systems. So those fonts are known as system fonts. And web fonts are which we use normally for the website. They might not be there in user system. That's why we use that certain kind of font which is there. We can implement them using CSS. So that font cannot be there on the user system. That's why they are known as web font. And there are certain fonts which are always there on user system. Those fonts are known as system fonts. So this is mainly to differences between the fonts. Okay, here we can see that some of the website fonts I have listed here, but in Arial we can see there is some other definition is also other text is also there. What is sans serif? And here we can see serif. What is the difference between sans serif and serif? This is also important to know this difference because you are using these sans serif or serif categories in your website. Okay, so first let me tell you that the difference between sans serif and serif categories. So I have some content here which I have just commented here. Let me uncomment that. And I have used, first this is Arial text which is sans serif. So I have used a class as sans serif. And there is another content which is Times New Roman text, and I have this Times New Roman text is serif font. So I have used serif as a class. So this is only class we have used, and we have defined the fonts family as Arial for sans serif and font family Times New Roman for serif. Okay, let me save this both file and refresh on the browser. Now you can see there are two paragraphs. First is this is Arial and this is Times New Roman. You can define the difference between them. You can see that this T is simple. Okay, but here in T you can see there is some curved line is also there on the edges of vertical and horizontal line. Okay, you can see that there is some extra. This is plain T, but here we have some extra curved line is there. Okay, this sharp line. Okay, so this sharp line is everywhere. You can say this is in H, this is in I, S, everywhere. But here these sharp line are not there. So this is major difference between sans serif and serif. So sans serif means this curve or this sharp lines won't be there. So that's why they are known as sans serif. And in serif, these curved lines will be there. So this is the basic difference between sans serif and serif. There are another category is monospace. What is monospace? If you use this font, it means that the width of this character, suppose this T and H, the width of all these characters will be same. Suppose the width of this T is 10 pixel, then the width of H, I, S, every letter, the width will be 10 pixel. Okay, so this is known as monospace font. Another kind of font is cursive. What is cursive font? We all know about the cursive things, right? So this is, if you use this font, it will be cursive. Okay, so these are mainly few kind of fonts which you can use in your website. Let me remove this part because I have just used this two paragraphs to define the serif and sans serif difference. Okay, so this is about the font. Now we are going to use the web font from Google in our this. Sorry, I missed the UL closing here. Okay, so let me write a p text again, and I will remove this class and I will comment this. Okay, so here p tag, and in p tag I'm just writing some random text. We can use Google fonts for our website. So I'm just going to show you how you can select the fonts, okay, from Google and use them. So let me try to search Google fonts. Here we can see that there are so many fonts are available here. You can also search a specific kind of fonts here. You can write some content here to show them how they look on that specific font. So fonts are normally you can select this font based on the, like, you can get the name of the font which is used in the design file, like in PSD or some other format. You can select the font name from there, and once you have the font name, you can come to this Google font and just write. So I am just trying to find Myriad Pro font, if that is there. No, we can't find this font. Okay, so we can select any of these fonts. Say, let me, I want to use Open Sans font. Okay, just click on this font, and there are so many kind of, like, the weight of the font is also there. So this is light, the font weight is 300. This is light italic, the font weight is 3. If you use this font, you can just go to select this. Okay, I have selected this, and I also want to use this medium. I also want to use this bold. Okay, and where is normal, this is regular, so I also want to use this. So you can see that there is a link is also here. You can just copy this link and paste it in your HTML file. Okay, so here you can see that this Open Sans and all those fonts which we have selected there, all those are here. So let me again go to there, and here you can see that font family. Let me copy and paste this font family here. Okay, this is Open Sans and the category of the font is sans serif. Let me save this and run this on the browser. Now I can just go to inspect this if we are using same font or not. We can see that. Okay, you can see that font family Open Sans serif. If I go there and use some other font, say Vardana. Okay, now I am using Vardana font. You can see the difference here. Okay, I am going to use some other fonts as well. So I am just selecting this Poppins as well. So this is another kind of font. I am just selecting some of the weight, like different, like the light, medium, regular. These are kind of fonts which you can use. So let me copy and paste this as well in our HTML file. So now we have two kind of fonts. One is sans serif and the second one is Poppins. So let me try to copy and paste this content once again. And I will add class here so that we can differentiate. Let me copy and paste this class here. And I will use here another font which is this font Poppins. Okay, let me save these two files and run on the browser. Here you can see there is two fonts we have used. First font is our Open Sans Serif. What was that? It was Open Sans, and second one is Poppins. Okay, this way you can use multiple Google fonts and you can select them from here. And if you have that name with you, you can search the fonts here. Okay, if you enter the some text here, it can show the content in this particular font. Okay, so this way you can use any kind of Google font based on your requirement and design pattern. Okay, so this is about the web font using Google. And there is another kind of font which you can use, like there are different kind of font format. So suppose there are TTF, OTF, WOFF. So these are the file formats of the fonts. So suppose if you don't want to use Google fonts, and or your website or your designer, PhD designer has used some kind of fonts which is not there in Google itself. Okay, then you need to download that font and convert. First you need to find the TTF or OTF file format. Using that format you can convert and find all the required formats of particular font. Okay, so I have one this Poppins regular. So let me remove this. I'm just commenting this. Okay. So now we have this Poppins TTF file. Okay. And I am going to generate a few other file formats of the font so that we can use them on our website. So I'm just going to use one uh, website which is known as Font Squirrel. So from here you can just upload your TTF or OTF file and you can generate the other formats of that particular font. Okay, so let me upload that font. So I'm just going to upload this font, and here you can select any of these like basic, optimal or expert, and once you click this agreement one, okay, the download your kit, this button appears, and once you click on this button you will be able to download your font. Okay, so it is taking a little bit time to download the font. Let's wait for a few seconds, and here we can see that our font is downloaded. Okay, give me a few seconds. Here you can see that this font is here. Okay, so here we have style, we have WOFF format, WOF, and we had TTF as well. So let me copy this file and along with this CSS. Okay, so whatever the file formats are there, suppose there are TTF, WOF, and OTF, you need to just copy all those file formats, and I am just going to create one folder here so that you can use all the fonts which you download from like from this kind of website where all the font formats are there, so you can use them. And let me open this. Sorry, just I am going to copy this, and I'll you can paste it here as well. So here you can see that there are two formats like OFF and this one. Okay, I'm just going to add another format which is TTF, and I will use this file format. Okay, so we have two file formats, sorry, three file format. One is TTF, true type, and this is WOFF and WFF2. So all these kind of font formats are used for different kind of browser devices, etc. Suppose if we use only TTF, then this might not work in all the devices and all the browsers. So that's why we need to use all the like formats which are available for that particular font. So these are few of them, of the file formats which you can use for this font. Okay, so now I'm just going to copy this and First, let me save and refresh this, as we had removed this file font family. Okay, so now this looks similar. Okay, so now I am going again into my CSS file, and let me copy and paste it here, and I am going to use the font which I have downloaded and converted, right? Let me save this and run this on the browser again. Now you can see that there is some difference. uh, this is not using that font. Let me try to inspect that. What is the reason? So it is using Poppins regular. Okay, you can see that. So Poppins regular is used now. So this is how you can use different kind of fonts. I have also shown you the font which we can use from Google, and this is how we can find the TTF font and convert using this website, or there are some other websites are also there which normally used to generate the web font. You can use those websites to generate the other file formats of the that font, and you can use them on your website. Okay, so there are certain kind of fonts are also there, like which you need to purchase that font, that is not available for free. So you need to purchase that particular font from some of those websites which is there to sell those fonts. So you need to check that which fonts are for free and which fonts you need to purchase. This is all about the fonts you can use in your website, right? You can use the web safe fonts, which are normally system fonts. Like these fonts are system fonts which you can use. And if you don't want to use these fonts, you can use Google font. And suppose if there is the font which you require is not there on the Google as well, then you need to find or purchase that particular font. Okay, so this is all about the font. Before moving forward, if you like this video, please like, share and subscribe my channel. It will give me a huge motivation to create such videos. Thanks for watching. We will again meet you in our next chapter. Bye bye.